What's going on, guilty guys and gals? I may have just hit the start streaming button. Good thing I don't have it to do that automatically, like to go live automatically. It was like, here's your settings. I'm like, yeah. Wait a second. No. Anyway, here we are. Despair is, in essence, like a plague. Yep. When a person begins to despair, the person next to them then begins to despair. And then the person next to that one also begins to despair. I forgot to move my mic up. I'm sorry if you could hear the difference. And the person next to that one also begins to despair. It grows exponentially. No, rather, it's worse than a plague. There's no way to cure it, no vaccine, no solution, because the despair itself... What? Hope? Are you joking around? Despair cannot be cured with something like that. Wait, is this a conversation? I thought this was just Yuki waxing philosophical. If something insignificant as hope cures despair, this situation right now, how would you describe this situation? Can you answer it? Hope is nothing more than a fragment of despair, because despair is hope, but you don't know that yet. You don't feel worth talking to anymore. I'm done. Let's stop this now. Forget everything and... make me despair. Ah! Oh, that was very loud in my ear. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I jump scared myself, Yuki. It's still loud, okay. Wow, that sucked. Seems like I had a nightmare. I don't remember the contents of the dream well, but my whole body is covered in a cold sweat, and the blanket was on the ground. Okay, if you say so. Damn it. Maybe it's because of having a nightmare, but the mood that wasn't good originally had only gotten worse. The reason I'm not feeling well is, of course, because of the class trial just yesterday. Yeah, I know. I mean, I know why there's recaps, because these chapters came out, like, separately, but... As of yesterday, Kanata and Kakeru were killed by someone, and a class trial was held to discover the culprit. Shockingly, the killer was Kinji, who I never imagined could commit murder. Kinji was the traitor, and was threatened with the lives of the children of the church who were held hostage. As a result, he was forced to commit the murder. But despite his best efforts, the children had already died a long time ago. Monokuma didn't keep his promise. Eventually, Kinji didn't know what purpose there was for killing two friends, and the man who'd suffered such a terrible execution passed away. Damn it! Did you, like, punch the bed frame? It's obvious, but I haven't been feeling well since then. Naturally, it's because my friend was murdered after being deceived by Monokuma. He died without ever receiving the minimum compensation. It'd be weird to be fine with this situation. As it proves, it isn't just me who feels this way.
Escape? You guys, did you really come down here hoping for a way out? Too bad. Sorry, but there's no such thing. I'm not dumb enough to leave a way out. There's no way other than to kill, so give up on that idea.
I guess it would be like, because that's the little laugh he does in Danganronpa 1. We, who'd seen that Monokuma stopped by accident, were able to descend to the secret stairs under the warehouse as not to miss the opportunity we could hardly ever obtain. The only thing inside was a dead end, a solitary jail cell. There was no way out. Even Monokuma was revived again and brought back out of despair. Soon after that, Mikako fell on her head. We had to support her and take her to the private dorms. We couldn't say anything else. Again, like, I get that Kanata's not here, but you could still take her to the nurse's office. It's gotta be better, right? We didn't feel... I guess not, right? Because it's not secure. Like, the dormitories have, like, the heavy-duty locks on them, but I don't know if the nurse's office does. Wow, I proved myself wrong. Eventually our relationships got worse, and when it got worse... What? Eventually our relationships got worse when it got worse, but it didn't get better. It wasn't getting better. It was the same, unchanged. Let's go with that. There, even I, who'd vaguely thought that I'd have to work hard with everyone, felt like I'd reached my limit. Is there really... Can we really get out of here alive? The secret staircase, which was our only hope, was actually nothing. The brutality Monokuma caused to Kinji was a feeling that pushed us further. Oh, somebody's knocking on the door, very gently. When I was lying alone, with several negative thoughts after waking up, the doorbell rang. Someone's calling me. Did we have the Monokuma morning announcement? I don't think we did, right? So this is like really early or late? Who is it?
Oh, Yuki, did I wake you up? Can I talk to you for a minute?
It's Sakane. Come in.
I'm sorry for suddenly calling you. It seemed to be late for you, but I had to come see you.
Late for me?
Yeah, did you oversleep? Everyone's already in the dining room.
Hearing that, I looked at the clock in the private room. It was already past 7:30 now. Oh no. Seems I didn't notice the morning announcement because of that nightmare. Sorry, it's no big deal. I'm just not in good shape.
Right. Well, will you come to the dining room? If it's not too hard, you could rest.
I was called?
Makako says she's going to rest in her room because she got sick today. Maybe because of what happened yesterday. Teruya and Haruhiko said they'd sleep in today.
It's the first time I've seen more than 1 or 2 people being absent so far. Well, unless it was an emergency situation like a murder. In the end, yesterday's revelation bothered everyone. It's alright. I'm okay. I just overslept. I'll be there in a moment. Thank you for your concern.
Right. No big deal. Then I'll be waiting at the dining room.
I said it. I told Akane that, but somehow I still don't feel motivated. Somewhere in my mind, I thought if I kept giving up everything, it would end right there. I feel like a weak heart trying to stand up. I feel a weakness in my heart trying to stand up. Slap self. It's not the time to be weak. I have to force myself to do something. Akane also had a hard time being happy again, but even so, she's trying so hard to bring comfort to her friends. That's Akane's effort. I can't give up on myself and say, I don't know. Let's just go to the dining hall. Alright. Woo, the happy music. Wow, what a happy moment. Let's see if there are any people around. Anybody? Oh, nope. It's covered back up again, too. Okay. Na 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 na. I don't see anybody. Usually there's somebody to talk to, but I guess all the people we would usually talk to are either in the room or already here. We are late. There's only 2 people here. I take it back. Oh, maybe they already ate, though. Hello.
Yuki, you're here.
Hello to you, Yuki.
In the dining hall, Akane and Satsuki were having breakfast. There was a look of beauty in the room. Nice. But soon I realized a strange fact. Is this everyone?
Is this everyone? What do you mean?
It's almost time for breakfast. There are only 3 of us?
Looks like it. Yuki came late and I was having a date with Akane alone.
Well, I mentioned it before, but everyone seems to be resting today.
I'm not asking because it's obvious. At first, I've seen the dining room with more than 10... In the beginning, this dining hall was filled with 10 people.
Yuki, maybe you shouldn't punch those suits of armor? It's probably not good for your hands.
Couldn't figure out even why I said what I just told them. When I realized it, I was already yelling, and I regretted it. Sorry, I didn't mean to scream at you.
I don't mind. More than that, sit down. Come on, let's have a meal.
You could sit next to them, you know. Come on. Don't be awkward. It's like, come sit down and have a meal. Just like sit 2 seats down from them. I didn't know myself why I was screaming so suddenly. It was like my chest was throbbing. I felt an unbearable anxiety I was getting sick of. Originally, there should have been Makako, Haruhiko, and Teruya here, but excluding but even including them, there'd only be 6 people. Of course, there's also Tsurugi and Rei who are acting alone. However, considering that, we're down to 8. The numbers have been reduced to a single digit, and it put even more pressure on me than I expected. I couldn't stand it because I was anxious. Okay. Hey, I'm really sorry. I wasn't angry at you guys.
Yeah, we said. Can you just talk to us like a normal person right now? That'd be very comforting. It's okay. We understand it. We also...
Akane couldn't talk any further. She quickly understood what I was saying. It's not just me. Everyone understands the fact that there's only 8 people left. Is it because there are only 3 of us here? Or because of the anxious, awkward mood? Or because I wouldn't sit next to them for some reason? But after that, there was no more talk. Other than the sound of dishes in the dining room, we were silent.
It's very quiet. Oh, maybe because there's only 3 of us here. Is that the case?
Actually... What? There's 5 people. Tsurugi and Rei.
Is that so? I guess that's right.
Again, nothing. Even Akane and Satsuki, who are normally the ones to bring the brightest mood among us, like a moongus, are here, and yet I'm the only one to listen to them. No matter how much they try to make the mood more noisy, the number of people is just not enough. I mean, I think this is up to you, man. Although I guess they could talk to each other, but... I also tried to say something, but I couldn't think of anything to say. I just wasn't feeling motivated. Since yesterday, it seemed our situation was only getting worse.
Staying like this is something I hate. There's no Kobazing to take my jokes. Would it be better to forcefully call them?
Tsurugi! Oh,
sure, you'll sit next to Tsurugi, but not me?
What? Nothing. I just wondered what's wrong. What's going on is that I came here to eat. Tsurugi said that and went straight to eating silently. It may be tiring, but it looks like something is wrong. Hey, Tsurugi? What? What Kinji did, I mean... I don't want to put the name of a serial killer in my mouth. So, that's what you think. After hearing what Kinji told him yesterday, I wondered if his opinions had changed a little. If you have nothing else to say, then eat quietly. Tsurugi's gonna get punched. I can feel it. Even though now Tsurugi was here, the mood didn't change. No, actually, it'd become even more awkward. It's like the representation of us being driven to the edge of a cliff. I don't know. It seems a bit. Thank you for the food.
We did not make it. It is Monokuma, you remember?
You already done? Yeah, I just don't have that much of an appetite right now.
Hey, Tsurugi.
It would have to be you. I'd rather talk to the damn clown. Okay. Akane?
Dessert. Would you like to eat some? It's nice and you don't feel good, right? I could make you some.
You're just gonna turn around and leave. What's the catch? Do you fill it with poison? Do you even realize your position? You attempted murder. You're an actual criminal with a record of stabbing people. Do you think my thoughts would change because you didn't talk for a few days? I told you, you're not off the hook. Now you're trying to get close to me? Disgusting.
Okay.
Tsurugi, that's enough. I'll still treat you like a preliminary criminal. Decided to pay attention to whether you're going to become a killer or not, but it's better for me to keep away from you. This is a place where you don't know when your life will end. In such a situation, if you are... No. Oh. I was trying to understand that, but I accidentally hit the button. If you're hanging around with an ex-criminal, you could end up quickly with a knife in the back of your head.
I'm sorry. I know I committed a crime. But even so, I have a duty to live. Ayame exchanged my life for hers. I can't just die in vain.
then go ahead and survive on your own. I don't have anything to say to a criminal who keeps talking and thinking we can be close friends.
I'm doing this in order to survive together and escape, to avoid any more victims. I'm going to do the same for everyone here, so that everyone can see the real me and become motivated again. Even if one person is suffering, we won't be able to escape together. We have to cheer up everyone as much as possible to be able to get out of here. That's my duty, for I am a sacrifice.
Akane's headstrong after all, unlike me who tried to escape from reality by creating excuses for my lack of will, such as an increase in the number of people or not feeling motivated. She was trying to move forward by doing whatever she could. If that's the case, don't show your face to me ever again. I'll feel motivated enough by not seeing you.
No, I'll do whatever I can, Tsurugi, and tell everyone, even you, forgive me for what I did.
Whether or not that happens, I think you already know, but I'll let you in on this just in case. The 4th floor of the school is open. If you want to get out of this horrendous place, try to make some effort in your investigations.
I just sat here the whole time and didn't say a single word. This breakfast is sure delicious.
Akane, wouldn't it be better to not get involved with Tsurugi? He's the kind of person that treats innocents like criminals.
Well, I'm not exactly innocent, but I get what you're trying to say. I don't believe that at all. I believe Tsurugi will recognize our desires someday. So, what do you mean by that? If you were the Yuki I know, you would be trying to get closer to Tsurugi.
You got me. When I heard that, I was surprised at myself. She was right. That would be the right attitude to get out of here. Was it because there's a side of me that hesitates about talking with Tsurugi and, well, everyone? My selfish side wanting to give up in despair because I couldn't see any hope?
Oh, wow. Hey, Tsurugi said the 4th floor was open, right? How about we investigate from there first?
Oh, yeah, alright. But what about the others who are still resting in their rooms?
Wouldn't it be the time we do the investigation first, and then again tomorrow?
Right. Let's do our own investigations and see each other in the dining room after a bit. We'll make a report.
Today you seem a little weird.
Weird?
I don't know yet, but it doesn't feel like you at all.
At Akane's words, I couldn't say anything. So I just walked away. I guess. I don't know. Our number at the beginning was 15, and descended to 8 in the blink of an eye. The secret stairway. I thought it might be a clue to escape from here, but in the end it was useless. I didn't have the courage to kill to get out of here. And somehow, I didn't think we'd find a different clue even now that the 4th floor is open. The moment all hope was gone, I could no longer treat the others normally.
Alright, I get it.
Akane's working hard like that, but a guy like me, I make things hard for myself. I only just went and said it would be better to not get involved with Tsurugi. Damn it. Even if I understood it in my head, my heart didn't follow. Only a constant anxiety remained in my soul.
Wow. Mind, body, and soul, huh?
I tried desperately to ignore this and decided to devote myself to investigate the 4th floor. It's time to go to the 4th floor!
Alright. I like a little breakdown after the halfway point. It makes sense. Why am I going to the trial room? Wait, is this the staircase? Yeah, it is. Never mind. The trial room's at the bottom. I knew that. Because, it's realistic. I mean, come on. I just, I wish that wasn't so repetitive, but hey.
Yuki, isn't this floor a little weird? It's mustard colored.
I almost said mushroom. No.
Weird? Why is everything weird to you today? Sorry.
I looked around for a while, and besides the classrooms, the bathrooms, and the school office, there seems to be the director's office, a ballroom, and the teacher's office. But the classrooms and teachers' offices are all locked in the back.
That's true. There were a few times when a new place was locked, but up until now, in the newly opened
even up until now in the newly opened place, but this is the first time that most of a floor has been locked up like this.
That's why it all makes sense to look into it together. I haven't been to the school's office yet.
About a clue to escape. You haven't found anything, have you?
In like the 3 seconds I've been up here? No, Yuki.
There was nothing on the second and third floors where there were so many classrooms. And now most of the classrooms are locked here. Isn't it obvious there isn't any hope?
Yuki, why do you keep saying that? I told you this before. I know it'll be difficult, but we have to keep trying. We might find something. It's what they would say.
Sorry, I was just saying my thoughts. Of course, we have to work harder.
Yuki, are you sure you're okay? Would it be better to rest in your room? You've been so strange!
As Akane said that, she was looking at me dreadfully. Am I weird? That's her. That's the way she looked at you. I'd be kind of scared too. Looks like I'm about to get a left hook. Rather, this situation where where there's no hope. Is it not strange? It's not like that. I'll just continue investigating. Oh, are we gonna have the manufactured drama fight? I see. I get it.
Yuki, you're stupid.
I'm not stupid. Information processing room. Okay. Spooky. Mustard. Anything in the lockers? Nope, not even English text. Ballroom. Let's check the ballroom. Nope. This locker looks a little out of place. No. Oh, there's a monocoin. Excellent. Oh, it's Tsurugi. I don't want to talk to Tsurugi. Oh, it's Ray. Let's talk to Ray. Ray, you came to investigate too? Incompetent. Talk to me for a second. Me? I mean, I think he should know that nickname by now. Ray's calling me for the first time. Will the sun rise from the west tomorrow? Normally, she would just ignore me or tell me to leave her alone.
Let's hear your opinion for a moment, then.
It doesn't matter. Also, why are you suddenly asking for my opinion? What kind of change is this? You normally just tell me to leave you alone.
Fine, leave then.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I was just wondering what's going on.
What's the issue? Of course. It was a process of elimination. Can't talk to the crazy cops, and the rest are just stupid idiots.
That means I don't look like a fool to you? Do I look like a fool to you? Okay.
And before you misunderstand something here, of course you're an idiot. Incompetent.
If you weren't Ray, you wouldn't be able to say stuff like this to people's faces.
Oh well. You know, I'm going to tell you that your image has gotten a little bit better lately. Especially after yesterday's class trial. Though, there was no meaningful praise from the psycho cop or myself.
Huh? I'm not sure I'd want to be praised.
Why? Are you dissatisfied?
No, of course I'm happy, just a little surprised is all.
What kind of heinous villain do you see me as? You know my talent, don't you? I'm a high school professor. I mean, it's what a teacher does. I'll admit you did commendable work.
Honestly, until this moment, I was considering her to be a heartless villain. I'll have to apologize for that in my heart.
Don't be mistaken. If you compare this with scores, I'd only give you a D. Where previously you'd received an F. From my standards, that is. I was going to say, I would hate being in her class. Yesterday you were relatively okay. Honestly, the worst thing to say is that you believed my testimony to the end, didn't you?
Can't wait to see who's going to be the world's best student in Ray's standards. So why did you call me anyway? You're seeking opinions now? Usually you just make your own judgment, right?
True. Apparently you know me well. Even so, I'm asking now because there's a hypothesis that's so absurd I can't believe it. That's the reason I want to hear someone's opinion on this matter.
Ray suddenly got serious. It's a hypothesis that even Ray can't believe? What in the world could it be?
You see, incompetent, once you listen to my words, you'll understand what I mean.
That's usually how that works, yeah.
In the class trial yesterday, the last statement that was made by Kinji Uhara, do you remember?
The children's lives were taken as a bargain, and he was forced to murder to save them. I don't think you have to capitalize the he. He's not God.
Yeah, I recall. But the children of the church ended up...
Indeed. Kinji Uhara was played with by Monokuma's tricks. All the children had already been turned into corpses. That's one way of saying it, I guess. If you look at it up to this point, you may think the children were dead from the time Monokuma threatened Kinji Uhara. The priest said he'd spoke with them himself. If that's the case, at least 2 weeks before we opened our eyes in the school, that is, when Kinji Uhara was threatened, it would make sense that the children were alive, right? Do you understand my point? What's wrong? If you didn't understand this much...
No. I did understand. It's just that you really started looking like a professor there. So when you said, do you understand, it felt like a competent teacher.
I mean, okay. Skepticism. You know I won't just tell you, so fuck off.
Sorry, I was wrong, so just let me keep listening. I'm curious.
I think that's the first time she's sworn, right? The person who did swear was like... Tsurugi's done it. I think Haruhiko did once. Probably Kizuna. I don't remember. This is why I don't like talking to you. You keep changing the subject. I hate that the most. Anyways, the kids would have been alive until about 2 weeks ago.
That seems correct, because Kinji seemed to recognize them.
But that causes an issue. You must have seen it, right? The video had white bones on the children's bodies. Very astute.
Yeah, it was horrible, so I immediately turned away, but...
It's definitely strange. They're alive by the time Kinji Uhara was threatened, but humans who had been dead for only 2 weeks or so, to reveal their bones, the bodies were already far too corrupted to think it was recent.
Huh?
Considering that your stupid head doesn't understand, it takes a considerable amount of time to make a body decay, so that only bones remain. Of course, there could be exceptions, depending on the weather, climate, topography, and microbial conditions, but I can affirm it. It doesn't make sense for a body to decay in 2 weeks and turn into a skeleton.
But then, it's a contradiction. Kinji wouldn't have lied about it.
There's also the chance the tape was recorded with various audio files in advance, to play them according to the situation. However, I can't figure out what that priest said, so it's all speculation in the end. To be more certain, even if we assume the children died when we received the notice of admission to Hope Speak Academy, it's impossible that any of them would be left with only bones.
I understand. It should have taken a long time, but it was only a few weeks ago that we came to Hope Speak Academy. Was it a video of another body? No, right? Kinji directly recognized the children. So what the hell happened to those kids?
Yes, I thought all that as well. And then, a ridiculous assumption came about. That's why I wanted to get your opinion on this.
What kind of assumption?
We may have spent a long time in Hope Speak Academy.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sure I understand. Well, I understand where you're coming from, but I have no idea.
Oh, it's fine. Actually, I don't understand it myself either. Actually, there's another reason for this assumption. A few days ago, when the third floor had just opened, you said you found a picture in the art room.
Ugh, that picture!
I'm in front of it now.
That picture was a group photo of our classmates who didn't remember taking it. In that picture, we were smiling brightly. It made this murder school life feel like a lie.
If that picture were to be real, we may have spent a considerable amount of time already enrolled that we do not remember.
No way. Aren't you thinking too far ahead just by looking at the bones in the corpses?
That's not the only thing. I have one more. The paper's in the library. I don't know if you saw it, but it was written like this.
Hope Speak Academy will be shut down. You mean that one?
That's right. Isn't it strange? Just a few weeks ago we came to the entrance ceremony. We didn't hear the school was going to be shut down. Even the entrance ceremony placard was hung on the school gate. This too. If we can't remember the time we spent at this school, it would be because of it. That would make sense because of it.
No way. It can't be. Why can't we remember such an important thing in the first place? Not even just one of us, but all of us?
It's a possibility. One, Monokuma. He somehow erased our memories. Wouldn't that make sense?
All of us? Our memories were removed by the mastermind?
I know it's ridiculous. That's why I'm asking for your opinion.
When you think about it like that, it seems like it's connected somehow. I'm not sure yet. Maybe it's just overthinking. That notice could have been forged by Monokuma, and it's not impossible to create photos with technology these days. In the case of the body, it may have been manipulated to speed up the corruption.
Which means it's far-fetched to the last bit. The probability that my hypothesis is really the truth is endlessly low. Still, I feel it should be reorganized after talking about it with someone else, even an incompetent fool. It may have helped you as well, right?
Yeah, and I'll try to take that as a compliment.
Withhold this ridiculous hypothesis. Apart from that, there's one more thing I want to ask.
I think this is the longest time I've ever talked to you. The entirety of the time we've been in this school.
Mikako Kurikawa, you got that exorcist woman. How is she normally? What kind of person is she?
Mikako? Well, I don't think we've spoken that often with each other either. She just speaks less. There are a lot of times when she's just dazed. Nothing in particular to notice, I guess.
Assuming that there's a mastermind among us, that woman seems the most likely candidate.
What? Makako's the mastermind. Before that, do you really think there's a mastermind among our group?
I think it's quite likely. That's because it mixes within us. Because mixing within us makes the board move as they like.
But the mastermind appears in front of us through Monokuma, right? Even if it's a machine or a doll that could be controlled, Monokuma always appears, even when we're gathered.
That's enough. It could be manipulated so that it couldn't be detected, or could be an AI, but that's not what's important. It's that Mikako Kurikawa may have some kind of relationship with the mastermind.
Why would Mikako...
When Monokuma stopped us yesterday, there's not one but two suspicious things. I don't think it's like the hypothesis I mentioned earlier. This is a firm one. But I can't be very helpful with the information I have, so maybe you can, incompetent. Now it's over. We've been talking for far too long. It's starting to make me feel dizzy.
You gave me a very confusing bout of information. Now that it's done, I don't think I'll sleep well because of the things you told me, Ray.
Think hard, alone. Now my business is over with you. Maybe we'll do this again in another 10 billion years.
That's too long. The universe would start again at that point. More than that, the investigation on the 4th floor, Ray.
We're done. Don't talk to me. Our business is over. I'll call you next time we have a case. Okay.
This is why I can't tell if we're having a discussion or it's a one-time deal. Still, the stories Ray told me in detail, those are things I'll need to think about for later.
Now, I might be wrong, but our bones are like off yellow, right? They're not white. Because the white bones you see in like displays and stuff are bleached, usually. If they're real bones. If they're not, then they're just made that way. Out of plastic or whatever. Nope. They're off-white yellowish. I know it doesn't really matter, but I actually wanted to see what people say about that. Because it's one of those things, right? Seems how I'm thinking about making a game like this again. Or more seriously, I suppose. These, like, crime information stuff is stuff I need to start brushing up on, and I don't really like it, but, you know.
Oh, Tsurugi, you're investigating here. Tsurugi? What's going on? Somehow it seems like you're not in a good mood today.
Mood's the same as you feel, isn't it, Yuki?
Oh, yeah. Tsurugi's right. Since the class trial ended yesterday, my mood's been running at its worst. With no hope. Such a horrible feeling.
Well, there's nothing left to do. It happened yesterday. Who'd be in the mood for this?
I think the reasons we're not feeling good between me and you are different. At least, you didn't mind Kinji being executed in despair after being tricked by Monokuma, right?
Now I'm a completely known character, am I?
Tsurugi.
Yeah, it's like you said. No matter the reason, there's no room for sympathy to a killer. At the end of the day, it has to be this way. Hey, Yuki, am I wrong?
Huh? Your eyes did a weird thing. It's like you're a little bit cross-eyed.
Since before I'd come to this school, I lived with the belief that my thoughts were moving towards a future. I made many unfair and painful choices in order to protect everyone. However, was I wrong? According to Kinji Uhara, he was somehow doing the same as me.
Why are you suddenly... I was surprised for a moment by the sudden change in his mind, but sooner or later, the reason, I could understand why he wasn't feeling well.
Strange, Tsurugi. My logic shouldn't be any different from yours at all, and yet you're getting heated. Discard prime numbers for the majority. Isn't that what you said? I would sacrifice 15 of our lives here and prioritize the lives of nearly 100 children in that church. Of course, that doesn't mean it's acceptable to commit murder, but Tsurugi, you as well. You exposed Rei, Kazuna, and myself to danger when you were saying the same thing earlier. Wouldn't it be necessary to reconsider your thoughts at least once, Tsurugi?
I've been trying to change things, turn them around, even silly things, but in the end, 7 people have already left this world, and I couldn't protect any of them. Eventually, it also means I did nothing to prevent it. I became a murderer too.
Tsurugi, that's really not how that works.
Why am I talking to you about this? To you, who might become a criminal.
Unexpectedly, I thought I should say something to Tsurugi, who showed weakness to me for the first time, but my mouth didn't move when I tried to say something. What could I say?
An empty text box.
You don't have to feel responsible alone. Let's all work together. It's not too late anymore, so let's stop doubting each other and investigate together. The words were already organized in my head, but my mouth wouldn't obey. Everyone working hard together. What's the issue? There's already no hope. So how do we work together? With such despairing thoughts wandering in my head and Tsurugi right in front of me, in the end I couldn't say anything and just lowered my head.
Fine. Just forget about this. I'll just solidify my own convictions like I always have. Yuki, you're not sure anymore either, are you? Everyone doesn't know when a murder will happen. There's no exception for it. If you want to be hostile with the others like me, then do it.
I'll probably be hostile.
What? I feel like that's supposed to be the other way around.
I probably won't do that.
I'm not sure how to treat you yet. It's better that you draw a line. I like that instead of...
Okay.
I really should have said something. The hell is wrong with me?
What is this room? School office. Okay. I get to talk with him again. Woohoo! Let's see what this is first. Are you serious? Okay. Well, it's got an exclamation point on it. It's important. I gotta translate it. Do 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 do. Okay. Do do. Let's see. What does this say?
It's a desk.
Okay, hold on.
Definitely a teacher's desk. There are miscellaneous papers and computers. Of course, the computer wouldn't turn on.
Is it over here then?
Huh? Is there something here? On a desk in the teacher's office, I found a picture stuck in a file. When I opened it to see what the picture was...
Hey, it's a guy. With like a map? Huh?
Who? Wasn't... The man in the picture was...
What? Was a white-dressed, tall, handsome man. Okay.
Was a tall, handsome man in a white coat. But I couldn't even guess at who he was. I think I've seen him before, but who was he?
I never realized he was wearing like a grayish-brown shirt. I don't know.
Tsurugi, come here for a minute.
What? Did you find something?
This. Do you know who he is?
This guy. Where'd you find this?
It was just sandwiched between the files here. It was a picture of someone, but who is it?
I don't know who he is, but there's someone who he looks alike.
Looks alike?
You and I were in the science lab together, right? Hope Speak Academy 58th graduation album.
Ah! Somehow, I felt I'd seen him somewhere, but after listening to Tsurugi, I knew it for sure. A few days ago, when the third floor was open, the owner of the graduation album I found in the science lab, Kisaragi Hanzo, and the man in the picture have very similar appearances. Kisaragi Hanzo? Is that him?
No. Although they look similar, they're definitely different. In the first place, Kisaragi Hanzo would have already been an uncle by now.
I feel like that's also wrong, but okay.
He would have been old, alright? He would have been old!
Is this a picture of him when he was young, then?
Again, not likely to be the case. Picture's too clean for a picture taken a few decades ago. In this case, you could think of it as, well, I believe it's a blood relative.
Oh, definitely.
Again, another thing related to Kisaragi Hanzo has been discovered. There's something I find odd about him as well.
But as of now, I don't know what this means.
But why? The person in the picture. It doesn't look like the first person I saw.
Tsurugi?
It's nothing. Well done, Yuki. You seem to be talented in discovering things, don't you?
Well, maybe I'm just lucky. Da-dun-dun. Anyways, I'll have to show this off to the others and ask for their opinions.
Hold it.
Why?
Keep quiet about the others with this. In this picture, can I have it?
Ah! I found some information that might tell us something, but you want me to hide it?
I'm sorry, but please, no one else must know about this, especially Mikako Kurokawa.
Mikako again? You really suspect her, don't you, Tsurugi?
A few days ago, when she told us to report the investigation of the third floor, it was when you mentioned the name of Kisaragi Hanzo. That woman clearly reacted to it. It's Kisaragi Hanzo who may be holding the key to our current situation. However, don't you find it suspicious that only she reacted?
That's...
I apologize, but please, cooperate. I hope we can all escape together, but I don't want to be working with someone who might have something to do with the mastermind. I'll keep this picture in my little shirt pocket. I'm gonna put it right in here, alright?
And then later, when Tsurugi gets shot or something, the bullet goes straight through the picture and you can't use the evidence anymore. Oh, no! Anyway.
Eventually, because of Tsurugi's forcefulness, I couldn't refute anything and gave him the picture. Ray and everyone are suspicious of Mikako now. How should I act?
Alright, now we're talking to him again.
Thank God this voice is easy for me to do. What is it, Yuki? Just to make sure, did you already forget what I said?
No, that's secondary. What I'm trying to do is investigate. Tell me if you find anything while rummaging through the desks, okay?
Right. If it's an investigation, I understand. Anyway, if we can get out of this horrible place, our trust could be restored again.
So, did you find anything? You've been staring at the wall for a while now.
There's something odd.
Odd? Like?
It's strange. Maybe this is...
What's strange? It's just a normal school office. Actually, when the second floor was opened a few days ago, didn't Tsurugi say the same thing about the library? Also, in that library, what did you think was strange about it?
I'd rather tell you to look into it, but I'll let you know, because there's no reason to hide it from you. Look at the papers here.
As Tsurugi said that, he began to search through the files and papers on the desk that the teacher seemed to be using.
They're old, aren't they?
They were A4 paper-sized documents and a few thick books on the desk.
Look at what's in there.
How to establish the theory of smartphone electrical recognition. Electromagnetic railgun operation verification patient certificate? I'd say it's probably supposed to be patent, right? 21 considerations on elementary particles. Introduction to advanced physics. Opinion on report of humanoid AI. Problems based on magnetic field and thermal recognition system.
I felt strange. Why? All of the books that are here bloom of strange and suspicious things in some concept.
Do you realize it now? What's weird?
Does a school really have books like these? It's like more of a lab than a school.
That's right. I don't know if it's just one or two places, but in the library as well, the school office, all of the books are like this.
The library had these too?
What, you didn't look at any of them? Do you hate reading? If you read the books in the library, you'd already know this.
I'm amazed you could even read these books. If that's the case, what in the world happened?
I don't know. Why did Hope Speak Academy dispose of all its general books? Or is this not an actual school?
No way. This is Hope Speak Academy. It was proved to be by a brochure brought by Ray on the first day, right?
That's true. However, there wouldn't be a question like this for no reason. There must be something we're missing. This is what I've investigated so far. I'm gonna do a little more research on this floor. Although, the only open place left is this school office.
I understand. Tsurugi, is it okay to share these facts with the others?
No, don't let them know.
Don't let him know. Okay.
Okay. I'm confused because I don't know what to do with this info.
So he immediately refused to talk at that moment. No matter how pressured he is, he wouldn't be reluctant enough to convey information through me.
It's because some of you are being suspicious. Mikako Kurakawa, that woman's my main suspect. I really hope you don't leak information to that woman as much as you can.
Why? What did she do?
What did she do? She did too much. Anyway, just know that.
Tsurugi.
We're done, right? I feel like I want to investigate for myself now. Don't talk to me anymore. I have something I need to think about.
Alright. As Tsurugi said that, he silently began to investigate alone. Somehow after Kinji's class trial, I feel like things have started to change. So does Tsurugi, and so do I. Seem to have looked around all the newly opened places, decided to return to the dormitory. The dormitory? Not the hall? Okay, it's the hall.
Haruhiko, what are you doing?
Ah, Yuki! Oh man, you gave me a scare!
You said you'd sleep in today, so are you okay now?
Yeah, right, about that. Teruya also woke up, and I'm trying to eat breakfast right now.
Is that right? Well, you guys were sleeping. We've been looking through the newly opened 4th floor. When you're done, you guys should also join in the investigation.
The 4th floor? Okay, let's go.
Shortly after we entered the dining hall, Akane and Satsuki returned from their investigation.
Hey, Teruya's here. Good for him.
Now then, let's talk about what we found on the 4th floor. Since neither Tsurugi or Mikako were here, who originally had the role of conducting the gatherings, I unintentionally took over. Something feels very awkward.
Huh.
Akane's staring at me with her angry look.
Oh, sorry about that. Originally, we probably should have investigated together, huh?
Oh, right. We didn't have much to investigate anyways.
Is that so?
Yeah, the 4th floor is quite large, and there are many classrooms, but they were normal classrooms. A teacher's office, an information processing room. There's an office of the academy's director, and a ballroom. One thing to note is that among them, except the general classrooms in the school's office, everything else was locked.
What? You find something in the normal classrooms in the school's office, then?
Nope, nothing at all. No, well, to begin, me and Satsuki checked the windows like always, but it was the same. The iron plates didn't even budge, and at this point it's the 4th story. If we jumped into those, we'd probably die.
The classroom's harvest... the classroom clue harvest is 0 as usual, huh? So, how was the school office?
Well, I don't know much about the school office. I couldn't get in because Tsurugi was blocking the door. Yeah, that's why me and Akane just searched for anything in the hallways. Of course, I couldn't find anything in the hallway either. Mwah.
There's no need to additionally confirm it with such enthusiasm.
So, the school office seems to have been only carefully investigated by Yuki. So why don't you tell us why you found something, Yuki?
Huh? What's that? You have a strange look going on. You guys in a fight?
No, that's not the case.
So Yuki, what's it like? The school office?
Well, about the school office. I tried to open my mouth as usual, but soon I paused. If I found it, then you'd already know. It's not a big deal, but during the conversation with Tsurugi, the book's weirdness and suspicion about the school facilities, and crucially, the picture of someone who resembled Hanzo Kisaragi. Yuki? I was told by Tsurugi not to tell them those things. To be exact, I was told not to tell Makako, but there is no Makako here, so should I tell them?
Tell them with one L. I feel like this is not a real choice. I will tell them.
If I'm trying to hide what I've investigated, talking about it, wouldn't it be better? I thought, but contrary to my thoughts, my mouth only closed tighter. Why? Strangely, I got caught up in my mind, seeing that there may be a mastermind among us, various hypotheses. It's not easy. It's unlikely to be possible to say it.
Do it! No. It's not gonna work. Alright, fine. You're gonna make me not tell them. I hate how Danganronpa 1 did this too. Like, why even give me the choice if I can't do it?
In the end, it's not a clue to escape. If I told them something like this now, it would only create confusion. I secretly used that to comfort myself and decided to shut down. I'm sorry. I couldn't find anything special either.
Huh. So, does that mean the investigation on the 4th floor showed nothing?
Lies! You didn't really find anything? You talked so much with Tsurugi, didn't you?
You saw?
Yuki, what's she talking about? What'd you talk about with Tsurugi about?
That was a lot of...
It's not just that. You spoke with Ray a long time in the hallway too, right? Something you seemed very surprised about. Why aren't you talking about it?
It's...
Yuki, what's wrong with you today? Don't you want to get out of here?
Of course I want to get out of here. I don't want to be in this terrible place ever again. I know that, but I couldn't see it as a clue to escape from here, so how can we get out just by telling them this?
Hey, why are you think so aggressive? Calm down, let's just get along.
It's not just about Yuki, Haru, Tsuruya. The same goes for both of you. You broke our promise to have breakfast together and slept in more.
I was just sleepy, that's all.
Oh.
Yeah, I know yesterday's nightmare is the impact of a hopeless class trial, but you just sit down. But if you just sit still, you won't be able to get out of this school for the rest of your life. I want to investigate hard, but I'm not very good at it because my talent isn't helpful. I'm not smart or strong, and you guys are different. You can achieve more where I can't, right? So even if you can't see any hope, why don't you work hard and overcome it?
It doesn't work.
What?
That doesn't work. How do you even do that?
Yuki, what are you saying?
No matter what we do, Monokuma always blocks us. Even the single thread of hope that we barely discovered didn't leave Monokuma alone. The guy really intends to keep us here forever. You think we can seriously just run away? What a ridiculous thing to say. Even murder. The only one who can get out of here according to the rules. Look at Kinji's case. There was a twisted trap like that. How do you overcome despair? Why am I saying this? I wasn't trying to say this.
Yuki, why? Why are you saying... What are you...
Indeed, because the despair is so great. Will we get out of here? It's better if we do it together. I'm so desperate right now. What does it mean to try hard? It's useless if you try hard. It would be stupid to live here all my life. There are places for us to go back to, people waiting for us, right? I'd rather live here for a lifetime. It might not be so bad. I could forget the place I'm supposed to go back to and the people waiting outside.
Yuki?
Oh, yeah, this is a little...
You...
At that moment, Akane raised her hand, so I thought she'd slap me, but the pain I expected didn't come. When I opened my eyes, she was trembling with her hand, trying to hit me, but stopped in midair.
Only from you. I don't want to hear that from you. Even if everyone despairs, I thought Yuki would give us hope. Now I don't know what you're like anymore.
Okay. Wow, you're putting this all on me? Cool.
So you guys aren't fighting, right?
No one could say anything. I couldn't afford to care about them now. The only thing that was hanging over my mind was Akane's yelling, being disappointed in me. I am trash. Talking weird. It was enough to piss her off. Even when we get to this point, I regret what I said and couldn't say what I wanted. It was proof that I was just garbage.
Hey, Yuki? Don't be too discouraged. I think same as you do, you know?
Yeah, same goes for me. I've been desperate since forever, so I know the feeling of wanting to give up on it all, but...
Stupid guys!
What?
You guys are all too stupid. You're the fools of the entire world. Yuki, just know this. Hope isn't about finding, it's about creating.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna, black out the screen now? I don't know.
In the end, ambiguously, our relationship was further cracked, and the worst investigation report ever ended. I didn't even know if I had a mind or not anymore. I had no choice but to spend my time blankly.
Morning. Afternoon. Okay.
It's nighttime. It's morning.
Morning? It's morning? So in the end, yesterday, I was lying down with nothing to do. Strangely, my body had no power at all. Doing nothing. Doing what I have to do once again, I looked back. Hope isn't to be looked for, it's to be created. Did I have the ability to create hope this whole time? Before that, I should go have breakfast. If I keep doing this, I think I'll become a really worthless human.
Morning. Please let me... Okay, I can save. Alright, well... Wait, I have 5 special points? Why am I not allowed to use any of them? Look at my energy, it's so low. Oh, no. I don't have a shield. Wait, what is that? I don't know what H stands for. L is level. I'm level 4. Nice. I have 172 out of 307 energy. What could H be? S might be for, like, specials? For, like, fighter classes? I don't know what H would be. I would assume that would have to be mana, but the all those terms start with an M, so... I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed,
Make sure to leave a like, but don't tell anybody about it, because the mastermind might be among the likers. The true despair was dislikes the whole time. That's why they hid the dislikes, to stop the despair.
anyway, this is kind of an interesting episode. I don't know. The fight feels a little bit more proper now. Now that Yuki's hidden information and, you know, had a bit of an outburst. Although it's still kind of not fair for Akane to put all of it on him. Like, you're supposed to be our hope, Yuki. It's like, what? But, you know, it makes sense because that's the Danganronpa protagonist's role, right? So, I guess. So, yeah, you know,